In today's video, we're doing a tournament, but we're only using teams that have a new starting quarterback. Now, there are still some guys that are up in the air. Like, we don't know where Baker Mayfield is going to play. We don't know when or if Deshaun Watson is going to play, but we've updated the rosters to what they look like as of April 1st. Be honest, did any April Fool's jokes get you yesterday? Just let me know. I saw a couple NFL ones. I thought T.O. was coming out of retirement, bro. I was like, wait a minute, that's an upgrade over Rager. Now, there's going to be 8 seeds in this tournament, but the final spot will be fought for, kind of like the play-in in the NBA. It's going to be Tyrod Taylor from the Giants versus Teddy B, who's on the Dolphins. Both these guys are capable starters, but in the depth chart on their teams, they're currently backups. So they were the only ones that were kind of iffy in this tournament. Shout out to Kyle Allen on the Texans and Andy Dalton on the Saints. Both those guys are on new teams, but they're not going to be starting. So before we take a look at the playing game, first, hopefully you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And secondly, let's take a look at the teams that do have a new starting quarterback, like the Atlanta Falcons, led by Marcus Mariota. I feel like they're getting slept on a little bit. Now, I know Calvin Ridley's not going to play, but he's still technically on the team. Like, Alden Tate is now their best wide receiver, but they can move CP out wide as much as possible. They have Damian Williams and Mike Davis. That's a nice little three-headed tandem. Kyle Pitts, one of the best young tight ends. And then they got Casey Hayward in the offseason to pair with AJ Terrell. That's one of the best 1-2 punches at cornerback in the league. Their first round opponent is going to be Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders. It's hard to get used to saying Commanders when that's not even their name in the game yet. But we might have to call this man Wildcard Wentz, because that's exactly what this team, what his game is. You could get arguably one of the worst quarterbacks in the league at any given moment, and arguably one of the best. So we don't know which version of Wentz we're going to get, but this is his updated team with Scary Terry, one of the best wide receivers in the league. And then they got Kendall Fuller, William Jackson. D-line is absolutely disgusting. That might be the best D-line in the league. Dangerous Wilson, the highest overall rating in this entire tournament. But that doesn't mean that he has the best team, that he has the best supporting cast. I think it's close. I think he might be 1A, 1B with another guy we're going to see very shortly, but he definitely has some solid weapons to work with. They did lose Noah Fant, but Alberto, I like him a lot. I think he's going to, step into that #1 tight end role and rise to the occasion. Javonte, once again, also a new starter who's going to thrive. They got Gregory on the other side of Bradley Chubb. Singleton, they snatched him away from Philly. I'm liking this defense. Denver always has a good defense. There's a graphic that came out. My friend Brandon sent it to me. He's a Steelers fan, and I felt bad because I was trying to think of words of encouragement, when I saw it, but I couldn't on the spot. But right now, looking at it, I would probably put him right ahead of Zach Wilson. And he has 84 speed, which is not bad. So just by that, just getting a guy that can pick up some yards on the ground, so Najee doesn't have to fight through 400 people every time he touches it, that's going to help. And then you have Deontay Claypool. You did lose Juju, but Pat Freiermuth, one of the better young tight ends in the league. I know they lost Joe Hayden, but I like the additions they made at linebacker. Miles Jack, Matty Ice in the blue and white. Have we just forgotten what happened when a quarterback switched teams? Matter of fact, look at the last few champions. Brady switched teams, wins a Super Bowl. Matt Stafford switched teams, wins a Super Bowl. The odds that we have the Super Bowl winner in 2022 in this tournament is honestly pretty high. If we go by, recent history, why not Matty Ice? The Colts were literally this close to making the playoffs, and they had arguably the best running back in the league with a really good defense. Yeah, they could easily win this whole thing, and I wouldn't be surprised. Drew Lock is the lowest overall quarterback in this tournament. He has good speed at 83. The problem is, the accuracy. DK and Tyler Lockett has to be the best one too in this tournament. Noah Fant, one of the fastest tight ends. Him and Disley is nice. He got injured a couple years ago. People forget he was off to a nasty start before that. Now their O-line is not very good. 2 guys in the 50s starting. They also lost Bobby Wagner, so that's not good. The draft is still coming up, so there are some holes on every team. They just have a little bit more than some of the other ones in this tournament.
They absolutely nuked Deshaun Watson's awareness.
That's Madden's guide to fixing anything. Just a toggle with the awareness. Anywho, he has Chubb, obviously Hunt, the Ernest, Amari. So, it's a different wide receiver room. O-line is just disgusting. Like, this is insane. 4 guys at an 80 or better. Some teams don't even have one. Looking at you, Seattle. Myles Garrett, of course, one of the best in the league. So, yeah, it's going to be another team that's not only going to do well in this tournament, but if everyone's healthy, they're going to do well in real life as well. And now we're on to the play-in game, man. Tyrod and the Giants, along with Saquon, he's the highest overall on the team. At an 86 overall, tied with James Bradbury. They don't have not one person with abilities. That's tough. Now, most likely Tua's going to start, but not in this tournament, okay? we're going to see what Teddy B can do. Yeah, the Dolphins could also go all the way. I mean, they have a superstar. Why not them? Off to a relatively slow start. I don't expect this to be a very high scoring game, but 7-7 after one. Let's see what happens in the second quarter. Okay, it's just back and forth battle. Look, the Dolphins do take the lead heading into half though. Not only that, but they extend it 31-17. Not going to be too many more chances for Tyrod and company. He needs to get points on his drive. That's a nice start with a stiff arm. Another thing with Tyrod, you see all these incompletions, but that's because he's not afraid to throw it out of bounds, live to fight another down. Things you expect from a game manager that's not trying to do it all on his own. Sometimes that's the better option than someone who's trying to do it all by himself. That time he throws an interception, completely contradicting everything I just said. Mostert is good when healthy, but that's the thing, when healthy. Like, that's why the Dolphins also got someone else in Chase Edmonds as insurance, you know, in case Mostert gets hurt. And they got Teddy B for the same reason, or if Tua is not, you know, very good. Anyways, 3rd and 6. He's going deep. I don't know why you go for that when you only need 6 yards. Hey, man, his stats are nasty, so I feel weird complaining, but still. Davian Howard with the game-winning pick. I don't think people know just how nasty the Dolphins defense was towards the end of last year. Like, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Teddy B put on the show, and his Dolphins are moving on. 4 touchdowns, no pick. He thoroughly outplayed his counterpart, Tyrod Taylor. Saquon did his thing on the ground. The Dolphins' run game wasn't anything crazy, but that's because they were moving the ball through the air with ease. Tyreek, you didn't even mention him, but he had a touchdown early on in the game. Gesicki had 2. Devontae had 1. So many people to throw to. It's gonna be tough to stop. I'm very curious how this one's gonna go. You got Trubisky and the Steelers versus Russell Wilson and the Broncos. Denver off to an early lead. Man, obviously they have the better quarterback, but does Trubisky have the better supporting cast? Maybe. It's arguable. You know, the defense, I think I gotta give the edge slightly to Pittsburgh. But right now, they've let up 21 points, which honestly is not that much, but when your offense is only putting up 3, then you get yourself into a bit of a predicament, man. 4th and goal. Pretty much the last chance for the Steelers. Trubisky in the pocket, gonna throw a strike. Deontay Johnson, what a catch. How's Russell Wilson gonna respond? Javonte getting the handoff. That's a nice way to start. I don't think people understand how good he's gonna be. Hey man, I know I tend to get at least one thing wrong every offseason, but I don't think him having a great season is one of those things. And now they have Russell Wilson, so defenses can't stack the box because Russ is one of the best deep threat quarterbacks in the league. It's just everything's setting up for a great season for him. However, what's going to happen in this tournament? 4th and 3, they're going to have to punt the ball. Now there's a golden opportunity for the Steelers to at least get 3 on this drive, make it a 1-possession game, but there is Randy Gregory, 3 sacks. But there's Trubisky doing what Big Ben can't, using his legs, making it a manageable 4th down. Like, I'm not saying he's a world beater, but it has to be refreshing having a quarterback that can do that when things collapse. 4th and 6, can he do it again? Claypool holds on, no, he drops it. And the Steelers are going to head out in round number 1. Trubisky threw for 100 more yards than Russ, but he did have 20 more pass attempts just about. This was a game that was won on the ground. Javonte Williams, 24 for 90. Najee was doing good, but once you go down, it's tough to keep running the ball. Claypool did well, even though he couldn't get that last catch. He did his thing, and yeah, man, the Broncos, that defense, led by 4 sacks from Randy Gregory. Also an interception from their young stud at corner, Patrick Surtain. They're moving on to round 2. I'm gonna be honest, this one on paper shouldn't be that close. Okay, you have Matty Ice and a Colts team versus Drew Lock and a Seahawks team that lost Bobby Wagner. I don't know, but hey, it's a close game. 10-10. Seahawks actually have the lead heading into the second half. Okay, I spoke too soon.
You okay?
Yannick making that right tackle look terrible right there, getting his 3rd sack of the game. I think that's one of the areas of weakness the Colts had. I didn't watch too much of them, but I do know, or at least I think they struggled a little bit when it comes to rushing the passer. Right there, DK goes up and gets it. It's time to, run the read option. Okay, Matty Ice getting the 1st down on the ground. 2nd and 4, JT up the gut, trucking folks for the touchdown. That might be the game. The Seahawks scored. Now the onside kick, they can't do what they did against the Packers a few years back. And Matty Ice takes care of business. His team's moving on. 30-27. Matt was pretty much perfect. 3 touchdowns, no picks. Drew Lock did have 1 pick, but he threw a late game touchdown. Valiant effort from Seattle, but Yannick, with his 4 sacks, was able to propel his team to the next round. I have no idea what's going to happen in this matchup. Wentz and the Commanders off to an early lead. 17-10 though. Mariota fighting back, but the Commanders answer. It's just a back and forth game. Empty backfield for the Falcons. Good protection. Mariota going to step up, throw off his back foot. I don't know about that one. Somehow it's caught by Patterson. We've seen Wentz convert these before. Let's see what he does. Nice dot over the middle to scary Terry McLaurin. 2-minute warning has been reached. If I'm them, I just run the ball. Give it to Gibson. Give it to McKissick. 3rd down and 10. They run it again. That's some great run stopping defense right there from the Falcons. Grady Jarrett stepping up once again, holding them to 3. 1 minute left and 2 timeouts for the Falcons. They need to get in the field goal range. Can Mariota do it? That's a nice start. Ridley getting them to 1st. Mariota finds Alden Tate. Alden Tate with the moss. Alden Tate off to the races. The Falcons have the lead. What does Wentz have in store for us? 4-point game. They need a touchdown. He's going for it all. And that's great coverage from AJ Terrell. Could this be the same way Carson Wentz went out last year? He gets sacked right there on 2nd down. Wentz with so much time in the pocket. You saw that block? And he somehow completes it to keep the drive alive. Last chance though. Carson Wentz has the arm to get it to the end zone. And it's almost caught, but the Falcons survive. Over 100 pass rating for both Wentz and Mariota. Terrell was able to, keep McLaurin in check the best he could. And his team is moving on to round 2. And then the last matchup of round 1, we have the Browns and Deshaun Watson against Teddy B and the Dolphins. Deshaun Watson, 3rd and 2. He's going to keep the chains moving though. Kareem Hunt could be and probably should be starting somewhere in the league. Like, he's one of the best 15 running backs in the league, and he's a backup. It's kind of crazy. Watson just escaping the pocket, find a wide open David Njoku, and the Browns have the lead. 1st and 10, Teddy B on a run. It always happens. I like jinx him. I hype him up, and then he makes a bad play. 3rd and 16. All you can ask for if you're a Dolphins fan is for them to give your offense another chance, and that's exactly what they do. It's now or never. Got to get at least 3 on this drive. Not sure about that one. You get 1 yard, but about, 20 seconds runs off the clock. You need to have better time management right there. You got to get out of bounds. Great tackle. And now they're down to 40-something seconds left. 3rd and 3. You just got to pick up the 1st down, but he's going for it all, and it's incomplete. I swear, if they go deep again, when all they have to do is pick up the 1st, I don't know, man. I don't know how I'm going to... Look at that tight end. He was wide open. Okay, there it is. What was that? That was an anticlimactic finish. I was hoping they could at least keep the chains moving so we could see what else could happen. But the Browns earned this W. They kept Tyreek in check. They kept Waddle in check. And their guy, Amari Cooper, went off. 8 for 126. The stars came to play in this one. Dolphins, valiant effort. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with in real life, but they just didn't have quite enough. You already know this one is going to be a dogfight. Marcus Mariota, this is crazy. He's outdoing Russell Wilson. 3rd and 11. Wilson trying to keep the chains moving. It's caught in the back of the end zone. Cortland Sutton going up and getting it. 3rd and 12. Clock stop. Can they get to the quarterback? No. Cordero Patterson out the backfield. That's how you need to use them. 3rd and 2. Mariota finding a wide open Kyle Pitts. That might be the dagger. That right there has to be an upset. 38-28. Marcus Mariota headed to the final game of the season just like he did back in college. He outplayed Russell Wilson. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Wilson had 1 touchdown to 3 picks. I know a lot of us did not see this coming. Well, I saw this coming. Javonte Williams scoring 2 touchdowns. Now 2.7 yards per carry isn't amazing, but he got the job done. Oh my, what the hell? Olamide Zacchaeus, 208 yards. God damn, maybe they know what they're doing. People think that wide receiver core is looking bleak, but if he's doing that, I don't know, man. They're in good hands. In the last game before the finals, is that a safety I saw? Did Deshaun Watson give up a safety? This is not a good half for the Cleveland Browns. 16-0. They have a donut. I'm about to say, get some points up on the board. 16-8. 4th and 19. Watson back of the end zone. Amari Cooper keeping the Browns' hopes alive. No, we have to see that one again. Double coverage too, but it's all for nothing if they cannot get this 2-point conversion. I think I might hand it off. Okay, they're not going to. Yep, keep the ball in the hands of Deshaun Watson. He's gonna make a play. We got a tie game. Yes, sir. That's what I would do. Get a ball to Jonathan Taylor. Right now, they got to worry about moving the chains. Kiki Cootie, new addition to their wide receiver core. Matty Ice, will he go back to him? No, he's gonna go to Paris Campbell. And now the Colts have a chance to win the game. Rodrigo, this is a chip shot. He has to make this. this, and he does. Last play of the game, Hail Mary. He actually threw that really far, but to no avail. Now, Matty Ice outplaying Watson like this, it's a little bit shocking. I thought Watson would do better than that. Credit to the Colts defense for coming to play. Paris Campbell for coming to play. 170 yards and a touchdown. Just an incredible effort, man. We have the Colts moving on to the finals, beating out Myles Garrett and the Browns. 4 sacks from DeForest Buckner. This is actually pretty crazy. We have Matty Ice versus his old team, versus the guy that's gonna try to fill in his shoes. 4th and 4. Younghoe Koo has a chance to tie the game, and he does exactly that. 3rd and 2. Taylor once again. Look at the block by Quentin Nelson. Taylor over 100 yards on the day. That's just what he does. Dude is an automatic 100+ and a touchdown every game. It's crazy. I still don't know how they didn't make the playoffs, but right now they're in the finals, and Matty Ice throws an interception to Casey Hayward. Could this be deja vu of what happened in the Super Bowl? Grover Stewart with the sack. 3rd and forever for the Falcons. This could be the last time they touch the ball. Mariota gonna dump it down. I don't know about that decision. Matt Ryan has another chance after throwing that horrendous interception. All he has to do is play smart. Don't turn it over. Michael Pittman with a nice adjustment, and just like that, they're in field goal range. 3rd and 1. Biggest play of the game. Jonathan Taylor getting it with ease. That dude's just too good. And the Colts were just too good in this tournament. Rodrigo gets them the W. Matty Ice gets himself a ring. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this tournament. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Let me know any other ideas you have for me in terms of tournaments or just any video ideas in general. Don't forget to follow the socials. Subscribe to the second channel. We're uploading every single day over there. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.
Nobody's safe. Came from heaven, we fresh out the gate. And I look like I came from LA. From New Jersey, I look like LA. I'm a water, I'm forming LA. I'ma get it, it's mine for the tape. Ride the beamer when I'm out of state. Could have beat, almost got me a case. Go Olympic, I'm winning the race. Now I won cause I'm killing the game. Talking crazy, I'm going insane. Shifting gears and I'm switching the lane. Hop on station, just go entertain. Going up, so I'm making a name.